Hello, Benduki. Frozen is a top 5 major list player. That's actually a mad good question, bro. Who are the top 5? What's good, small service, by the way? Who are the top 5 major list players? Guardian, Nico, Modesty. Is Frozen in there? Nico, Guardian, Frozen, Elige, maybe? Could be Elige, Zantares. Meh. I don't know, bro. Who were some, yo, thank you for the resub. Keymaster for 5 months. Frozen, I would say Frozen is top 10 for sure. Frozen is definitely top 10 major list players. I don't know about the, yo, thank you for the resub. Jimmy Beans OG. Is that a new haircut? No, sadly not. I think it was just how my hair was sitting under my headset. I did get new conditioner, though. So maybe it's the new conditioner. Guardian, Nico, Monacy, K. Serrato. Guys, it's tough to say. Heard you reached face of level 9. Yes, bro, we've been grinding. On the down low, we've been grinding face it. On the down low. Risky Bob needs a major. Wait, what do you mean? That's true, bro. You were literally there when I hit level 9. Guys, let's just get this out of the way, okay? Let's just get this out of the way really quick. I don't even know. I don't even know if I can hate on Zywoo anymore. I just don't think I can hate on Zywoo. I think this year, unfortunately, Zywoo put me in my place. I just cannot make an argument for Simple over him anymore, unfortunately. I just can't. I just can't. My eyes, I still want to tell myself Simple's the GOAT. I just don't think, like, in my right mind, I can actually say that anymore, bro. I just don't think I can genuinely say that. Zywoo's him, man. Fuck. And, like, he's obviously going to get top 20 player of the year. I mean, man. Donk is our only hope. I mean, I still, like, when I'm watching Counter-Strike in my brain, Donk is still the fucking GOAT, okay? I have never seen a player quite like Donk in my entire life, and I will glaze him until the day I die. But at this point, Zywoo just... he's just got everything to back it up, man. Like, his team is great, but... if he was more similar to, like, Device was phenomenal, right? But Zywoo, I would say, is, like, drastically better than Device. Maybe not drastically, but he's definitely better than Device. And I mean, he's starting to get the resume to back it up, man. So at this point, I can't even argue it anymore. It's a losing battle, okay? Sometimes you gotta ignore the stats and base your opinion on vibes, and my vibes say that Simple has never been carried in a major final, while Zywoo has been twice, and the one he didn't was against Gamer Legion. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Hey, I'm not gonna say I agree. But if you... You know what? I won't speak on this. That's been my take for so long. I think Simple is so unbelievable when I watched him play. And the amount of hard carrying he could do is unlike anything I had ever seen until Donk. And now I glaze Donk, but fuck, man. You know what I think the problem is about, like, players like Donk and Simple? I don't know if this is a really bad take or a really good take, but I think players like Simple and Donk are almost too good that it almost hurts them. Let me explain, okay? Like, I feel like if you're in a team with Simple and Donk, they're almost so good, you have to make the entire team, you have to build the entire team around them, right? And you have to, like, they kind of are the system in a way. But then again, you have players like Zywoo in Device who can play in a system so incredibly well, where it allows, like, the team overall and everyone else around them to succeed. I think that is incredibly underrated. And I mean, like, if you can play as, like, a top 2 player in the world while being in a system that doesn't have to be just single-handedly built around you, that's so, like, phenomenally useful to a team. So, like, I feel like they're almost like, when I watch Simple and Donk play, it's like, holy shit, these are the best players I've ever watched in my entire life. But I think my eye test overrates just, like, mechanical raw skill, and I undervalue how good it is for a player just to be able to play in a system in a team. Like, it's that, like, I think I've been underrating, like, Zywoo and Device my entire life, honestly, and I'm coming to this realization now. Other players like this is, I guess, Rops as well. Like, every team Rops goes to just it gets so much better. It's unbelievable. What do you want me to look at? Look at Donk versus top 20 last 365 days. Okay. Last 12 months. Holy mother of God. Versus top 20, a 1.39. This technically isn't against top 20. I'm assuming this is what you meant. I mean, like, this dude is just such a fucking animal. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Why do all Amity players... No, like I said, I think Donk is only 18, right? I think Donk definitely still can be the GOAT. Because, like, the first, like, 3 years of Zywoo's career, he was in hell, okay? The first 3 years on Vitality, they were just horrible, man. And Donk won a major in his rookie year, so, like, he absolutely still can be the GOAT. And I kind of want to say he still is going to be, but it's tough, man. It's tough to make an argument against Zywoo at this point. But yeah, Donk is a fucking freak. Donk is a freak. And if we look at all of the CS2 majors, right? Let me just go to stats for all players. Like, I think I showed this last stream. It is unbelievable. Also, guys, I think it's about time we stop the Wonderful hate. Wonderful played fucking incredibly at Budapest. He is the 4th highest rated major in CS2's history in majors. Higher than Rops. What a beast, man. What a fucking monster. They were saying replace this guy with Simple. I mean, my God. I mean, sure, listen. Last game against FaZe, it wasn't great. But, like, he was consistently so good at Budapest. He had two red games over his entire run, man. Over his entire run. Fucking animal. Zywoo fraudulent MVP. To be honest, there was so many people I feel you could make a case for on Vitality, but I'm okay with it being Zywoo. I'm totally okay with it being Zywoo. I mean, he's objectively the best player on the team, and he played like it for most of the time. Most of the time, he played like their best player. Rops went off in the last map. I didn't actually even look at the stats for this game. Yeah, it was a Mezzy masterclass, sure. Yeah, it was a Rops masterclass, but like, I mean, I feel like throughout a majority of this tournament, Zywoo was pretty fucking locked in. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Well, it was a good run, guys. I mean, like, they're pretty fucking close. Mezzy did have a generational finals game. It was pretty phenomenal throughout the entire playoffs, to be honest. But, like, you really could have given it to any three of these players, but MVPs are just a glorified rating. And, I mean, Zywoo had the highest rating at the event, so it is what it is. But you absolutely could make an argument for Rops. Rops played out of his mind. Like I said, Mezzy also played out of his mind. The whole team is just insane, bro. Imagine Robs for Tessez. You know, for as good as Robs is, I don't even know if he could save Falcons. I don't know if there's anyone on the earth that can save Falcons. But I mean, if there was someone like, I feel like Robs, maybe. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Surely he could. I mean, listen, guys, the Robs stock is through the roof right now, okay? Robs is a demon, but have you talked about the Hexed exit? I haven't. We can talk about that. There's not really a lot I have to say, except this. I know this was entertaining for a lot of people, but dude, this was like D-Day for me, man. I felt like I don't know, bro. The FaZe final run was cinema, but you guys know, like, deep down in my core, I'm a FaZe hater, man. My other most hated team is Vitality. This was a nightmare final for me. And in FaZe, another second place. FaZe are just literally the best major second place team in CS2. These fuckers will lock in to go on a magical run to lose in second place. They are the masters of it. I'm genuinely impressed how they do all of this to lose in the final every single fucking time, man. Is FaZe CS2's NIP? I feel like they are, but NIP did win one. And I know FaZe won one in CSGO, but if we're talking like specifically CS2, the only CS person who's a FaZe hater. You know, I've just been this way since I started watching Counter-Strike, man. And sometimes I am sad. Because don't get me wrong, even as a FaZe hater, I can admit they are, without a doubt, objectively the most entertaining team in Counter-Strike. So sometimes there's a small part of me that's almost like, maybe I do want to cheer for FaZe. But like, since I started watching Counter-Strike, it has been in my blood to hate this team. And I just like, I physically can't. Even against Vitality, I wanted Vitality to win over FaZe. I like, it's just like deep in my soul. I can't help it. Cloud9 Major was go to beating FaZe. Understandable to hate them if you're NA. I mean, it's partially, but I don't know. Mouse PR buyback from Gamer Legion. I heard that they were talking about it on HLTV podcast. I don't know if it's anything was leaked though. But anyways, that's it. Like, there's so much to talk about. I'll probably release a video this weekend talking about it more. We're gonna talk about the Roster Mania stuff now because Roster Mania is so hype. It's so hype. And I guess we can start with Hext. What the fuck? I thought he played fine at Budapest. If I had to guess, this is because they already have like someone they were talking to that they just think is a better fit. Because it sounds like Hext was surprised he was leaving. So I don't know. They must have already had like been talking to someone. There's a couple different moves that could happen here. JBA is one that comes to mind right away because he is, you know, not on a team anymore because Wildcard collapsed. So, you know, JBA in here, I feel like to me, plus JBA makes the most sense. They could also kind of do like what Liquid and FaZe did with Twist and Elige. And they could be swapping Hext for Naf, potentially. But, like, for me, that seems more like okay, listen. I know Naf hasn't been phenomenal this past year. But, like, for Liquid, I feel like that's, like, a side grade to, like, a slight downgrade even. Because I still think Naf is very good. But I do get if they, like, I don't know, if they just want to change shit up, I guess. But it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird, man. It's kind of weird. In the past month, Naf has been very good as well. Another thought that comes to my mind is, if it's not Naf or JBA, maybe Nicholas from Passion UA, if they want to go a different direction. Maybe it's maybe, you know, Hex joins Passion UA. I don't fucking know. Maybe Passion UA just goes European. They're basically just a European team at this point. But I guess they do still have that NA slot, so I don't really know why they would want to do that. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a weird situation. But, and they play soon. They play in like 18 days at Fragadelphia. So we should hear soon who the replacement is. If I had to put my money on one, it's probably JBA. That's my initial guess. Because I feel like it just makes the most sense. He's right there, you know, like he's right there ready to play. But I did like Hext. Like he wasn't bad at all at Budapest. I thought he was fine. So I'm very surprised by this. Plus Walco. Just keep Hext at that point, brother. What are we talking about? Plus Walco. They do also play at the Flomland. That is true. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know, bro. I also heard that maybe No Cries, just because, like, No Cries is going to be rumored to be going everywhere. Every single team he's going to be rumored to go to. So, maybe. But then M80 would just be a European team, I believe, because No Cries would be listed as Russian. And I do not think M80 are going to want to give up their NA slot. It makes no sense. They're like probably the best team in all of North America. I guess maybe Passion UA is better, but they're up there. No Cry signed your Steam profile. W. Now when he pops off like Kyo is doing on Falcons and he wins Rookie of the Year in 2026, you can sell your Steam account for millions. Rumored to join Liquid. By who? Who rumored that No Cry is going to Liquid? And who would he be replacing? Nerds? M80 was fine. I thought M80 was fine. I was a little bummed out that they didn't make stage 3. You know, I guess that's a little greedy. Because like they did do well. I thought they should have been able to beat Imperial, you know. So I really don't know. I really don't know. What else? Rest in peace. BC Game rebuild. Who is possibly going to BC Game? They need a new IGL. Please, God, tell me not him. They wouldn't dare, would they? I mean, the person who's watching this team, or the person who's like, they're even a GM to this team, bro. Do they even know what they're doing? If you've ever watched Counter-Strike, please, dear God, no. Plus Boomich. I mean, maybe. It's not like BetBoom is doing anything. We're just creating 2021 Na'Vi and praying they still got it 5 years later, damn near. I don't know about that one. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I don't know about that one from BC Game, because I could see it happening. Hex to BC Game. BC Game Perfectronic. I mean, surely VP has to do something as well, right? Like, this is just a cursed roster. They're ranked 45th in VRS. Holy fucking dog shit. They're gonna have to... They're gonna have to start playing in Tier 2 tournaments. Isn't Simple's contract expiring in January? I don't think so. I wouldn't imagine he signed for that small of an amount of time. It doesn't say anywhere, though, does it? No. Sometimes they have the contracts listed here. I really want to see BC Game sign, where are they? Sign the Inner Circle team. But I think it's a little too late for that. I know Karn got rumored to go to NIP for U-Jerks, and then U-Jerks got benched. So I feel like this move is probably happening. But if it doesn't, I would love to see this core go to BC Game still. I think the potential of these two players is so high. They're some of the best prospects in Tier 2 right now, in my opinion. What if Hexed? I mean... I just don't think so. It sounds like Hexed tweeted that he was surprised he was leaving M80. And it sounds like NIP was looking to remove U-Jerks like this second they dropped out of the major. I just don't think it's Hexed. And I feel like they already know who's going to be on their team, and the Hex news just kind of got dropped today. So... I just don't think so. Do you think Na'Vi will make changes? Also tough to say. I think they're very good. It just kind of depends, like, I don't know. I think at this point, Alexi, Bit, and Wonderful has to stay. I think you cannot touch this core. And Ema played really well at Budapest. But if you were going to replace anyone, I feel like Makaze, he only had 6 months, and he's so young. He's a rookie. You can't just throw him to the curb this quick. You gotta give him some time. And I think his potential is insane. So I think if they were to replace anyone, it would be Ema, but he played really well at Budapest. I really couldn't say. Like, I don't know. The vibes for the team look good at Budapest. That's what I'll say. And the vibes for the team are looking really weird for the entirety of this past year. So if, like, internal issues don't bubble up and it doesn't fester within the team, I think that, I mean, they can both stay. It just kind of depends. Any predictions for JL? I did see JL say that he was going to be playing in the next major. But I don't know who that's for. Is he going to replace someone in Na'Vi? I don't know. Is he going to go somewhere else? He seems confident he's playing in the next major, so it has to be someone at least half decent, I would think. JL to Mouse. Holy moly. What if JL finally gave Mouse some aura they've been desperately needing? It would actually make the team cheerable. Maybe Mouse would finally have fans for the first time ever. You think minus Testes will happen? I don't know. If someone is going to get cut off the team, it probably is Testes, but I feel sad because, like, this team is just so fucked, man. We got 3 stars in the team. Kixon, who I think is a decent IGL, but he's no Kerrigan. Like, you have to be a special type of IGL to make a team of stars work. And if they, like, get rid of Testes, what are they, just going to add another star into the team? I don't think he's necessarily the issue, but I do think that he would get scapegoated, for sure. Weren't you a massive Testes hater? I'm not a Testes hater. I think the worst thing I ever said about Testes was, if I was choosing an anchor, I would want Shush over Testes. But I don't think Testes is bad. I just don't think he's necessarily a great anchor. I would want Testes in his roles that he had before he had to switch to an anchor. I'm okay with him as a rifler on my team. I think he's a good player. Holy fuck, reading comprehension. Jimmy to Falcons? Maybe. I keep hearing that Jimmy's probably leaving, and I could see him going to Falcons, but I don't know. But only see minus Kixon. I also don't know. If they can find, I mean, if Nico wants to call, then we'll get a minus Kixon, but I don't know. We'll see. Nico's form, like, Nico hasn't been bad recently, I wouldn't say. Like, he still has a 113, but at some point you would think he's going to transition into a caller. It's just, I don't know. I would take Donk over Testes. You can cancel me for that. I don't care. That's a hot take, bro. Really? You would take Donk over Testes? I'd be careful saying that out in public. Alright, what else? I'm going to be honest. I could not believe my eyes when I saw this. Now, hear me out. I don't think Snacks is a bad caller. I just personally thought ZTR was better. But for a team that is ranked number 27 in the world, I really don't mind it. I think this is fine. He's back. I will see if maybe the team is staying together, I guess. Nico is bad. Go Rifler. Least accomplished. His ego ruins his gameplay. What do you think of the Nico take? I mean, I think you could throw Nico into like the simple conversation of like maybe his playstyle kind of, I don't know. I just think it's hard to build a team around Nico because he like in a way kind of is the system. That's why like riflers like Rops are so much better just joining teams and winning tournaments. So I think like Nico does fundamentally have a problem. I think he's a phenomenal player, but it's kind of like a simple issue. Like I was talking about earlier was simple, and I guess Donk, but I think Donk is so generational he can overcome that even. How would you feel about Alexi B to Falcons replace Kixin? I would not like that at all. Because we've already seen Alexi B on G2 with Nico in Monacy, and it was a disaster. And when has Alexi B had the most success throughout his career? With players that aren't all superstars. He cooked on Na'Vi with players that no one really thought were tier 1 level. And like that's when he has his most success, is when he has good players that don't have overly huge egos that he can, you know, manage in the game. But anyways, I mean, I think this is fine. Gamer Legion has been falling off like crazy lately. It looks like they're crumbling. But I don't think Snacks is a horrific caller. I just didn't think he was good enough for G2. But for a team like Gamer Legion, I think he's fine. I really don't mind. It is what it is. But maybe their entire core gets bought out and then they have to start from scratch. So if you were the Falcons IGL, you can only swap one player out. If I was the GM of Falcons, what I would probably do, it's really tough to say because I don't know if this will work. In a perfect world where money doesn't matter, I probably make Nico the IGL. I kick Sin, and I add Bit. But I think a more gettable player is Jimmy. I think a true, like, good anchor for this team could help them quite a bit. And I don't know if Nico IGL would work. I don't feel good about kicking Tesses and scapegoating Tesses because I don't think whoever they replace him with will be that. I don't know. I just think I think Tesses is fine for the most part. Go G League? We'll go G League. I started streaming a little early today because I knew I was going to yap for a while. But G League was going to be first come, first serve for today. So, who was last in? Benduki? When we start G League, these are the people we're going to do first. It was first come, first serve. And then after this, we'll do the wheel. Oh, okay. Jimmy Beans is gone. I forgot he can't play. So, Benduki, you're actually in. This is the people. Jimmy can't play, so you're back in, Benduki. I'll keep that for there now. Tessis is kind of doomed to fail. Yeah, well that's I totally agree. I think Tessis is a good player. I just think he's not playing in great spots right now, and like I think he could become a good anchor eventually. But on a team like Falcons, you don't have time to develop into the roles that your new roles that you're given. You have to be cooking right off the bat. And I just don't think he can cook in those roles right off the bat. I think it's going to take like quite a bit of time. All right, what else? Yeah, Ash stepped down. Don't fucking know what you people are. Let me go to top 50. U-Jerks bench on NIP. I think we talked about that. And nothing else really happened. Oh, yeah, I guess this happened. DGT and David out of pain, but we already kind of talked about that. Yeah, I think we already talked about all of this. It should be a really good roster mania. I'm excited to see what happens. I wonder if we'll get any, like, the top... I mean, surely Aurora, at the very least, makes a move. We know Mongols has to make a move. FaZe, I really want to make a move. Can I tell you guys something real quick and tell me this is a horrible take? Before FaZe made their final run, I had a take that I think this FaZe team is fairly cooked, and they should go back to the well. Give me, and I know a lot of people might hate this, but I think we can treat this like stocks, okay? We're in a buy low situation. Kerrigan to coach. Minus Brokey. Torji was not great at majors this year. He was not great at the Budapest Major. We add Torji. We add Jimmy. I think Mouse is bound to crumble. You can only get so many playoff appearances without winning a tournament before your team starts to just crumble. And I think we go back to the well, okay? I think Jimmy is at a low point right now. He has not played great this year. Torji, I know, is very good. But at Budapest, he was meh. We make Twist call again, but I know you guys are going to hate this. I think Twist, with Kerrigan coaching him, can do so much better than he did on Liquid. Because on Liquid, Buddy did not know what the fuck was going on, okay? He had no good coach really behind him. He was trying to IGL, it was horrible. And he was basically trying to copy Kerrigan, okay? He was trying to copy Kerrigan on Liquid. And it literally, Rain said, it's like, we're playing Kerrigan, but he was just worse in every way. Their T-sides were atrocious. But I do think if Kerrigan was coaching him, it would be so much better, okay? It would be so much better for Twist if Kerrigan can coach him into being a better caller. But because who else are you going to get? Suhei? I mean, bring in JT. Yeah, I don't mind JT, but with all due respect, if we want to win tournaments, I don't think we can possibly bring in JT. Not possibly. I really do think that Twist calling can work if Kerrigan is coaching him. I think it can be kind of similar to like a Saw, like a Saw coach situation, where I feel like Saw can turn anyone into like a fairly good caller. And I know we haven't seen him be a coach, but I think he would have the ability. Because, yeah, like, what else are we gonna do? You're a poor Turkish guy. Join the chat. Can you talk about what Aurora can do? I'm gonna be honest, bro. I have no fucking clue. Minus Major. Someone else becomes caller. Add tier 2 Turkish talent and just pray. Okay, just get it on your hands and knees and pray. Kerrigan said he has no intentions for retiring or coaching. Yeah, and it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. I mean, I guess it isn't unfortunate because, like, he does, even though FaZe is bad a majority of the year, Kerrigan single-handedly making FaZe entertaining in majors is, like, I'm happy he's in the scene. I'm not a Kerrigan hater. I just think, I just don't think they can be consistently good with the team they have. So I don't know. It's tough. Hey, but yeah, I don't know. My other take was Suhei to join FaZe, which I wouldn't necessarily hate, but there's no point to even talk about it. There's just no point to talk about it. Because they're just not gonna make moves after that run. At least I wouldn't think. Like, Jacob isn't gonna go anywhere. The only person maybe I could see them replacing is Brokey. But I just, like, who replaces Brokey? I don't have a good answer for you. If you're gonna say Dexter, I feel like I'd rather just, I don't know, like, maybe, but I feel like there's not really any great answers. Like, maybe Torji. If you can get Torji, I feel like that's great. I know Torji is great. I know Torji's an elite player. Even though he was, what, Mouse's, like, worst rated player besides Brolin at Budapest. There's not enough good ops in the whole scene. I know, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's really easy to say minus Brokey, but it's hard when you, like, have to answer who's replacing him. It's literally just going back to the Navi argument when everyone's like, get rid of Wonderful. For fucking who, bro? 87-year-old Simple? And Wonderful also was elite, okay? He had a little bit of choking playoff issues, but he's been very, very good recently. What was I gonna do? Oh, yeah. Like, I guess he wasn't that bad, but I don't know. I do think Try is amazing. I still really want Try to join Legacy. I think Try to Legacy is a slam dunk move that I want to see so fucking bad. I would rather see him go here and just stay in a Brazilian team. Bring back Kenny, yes. Maybe, bro. Maybe. What if Molodoy gets poached? Just in no universe does Molodoy get poached. I just don't believe it's physically possible. Oh, yo, thank you for the follow, Cheesy King. Lado is a demon. Yeah, do you want to see something crazy? Hold on, watch this. I've been looking at this a lot. Just because I'm just like looking at stats sometimes. CS2 all-time majors. We've had, what, 4 now? Look at this motherfucker. Lado is the 6th highest rated player in CS2 Major history so far. He's above Rops. Tied with Queserado, man. This guy's a absolute animal. Look at Dumao. Yeah, true. Dumao also is up there. Poor guy, man. Fuck. Go G League? Yeah, it's probably about time for G League. I'd say we've yapped enough. I'd say we've yapped enough. I need to piss. All right, guys. Yeah, it's G League time. As always, YouTube, it was real, fellas. I enjoyed yapping with you. If you want to play G League, if you want to be locked in the best league in the earth, we're over on Twitch. But I will see you guys probably again this week. Maybe we... Yo, thank you for the resub, Steno, dude. I think next stream, what, we predict the top 20 players of the year? How about that? I have a pretty good idea of what the top 5 players are going to be. But we'll see. Maybe we do a little bit of top 20 player predicting next time. Anyways, I will see you later, YouTube.